My name's Peter. I'm Samantha's husband. I'm a father of two, Maylee and Ryu, and we've been in Milton for about 4 or 5 years now, and going to Southside for about 2 years. I grew up in Toronto, in Bloor West Village. My parents were immigrants as well, immigrated from Poland, so they came here with nothing, and kind of built up a successful, middle class life. My mom was a special ed teacher. My dad was a chemical engineer, so they just through their kind of life path instilled a lot of values in me or with me. To me, they're both my heroes. I always looked up to them. I never maybe verbalized that to them or acted that way when I was growing up, but that's where it is now. I was not raised in the church. Any kind of values or traditions or family traditions that we have were presented to me more as being kind of Polish and my family's roots, that once I was older, I learned was kind of more based on, the Catholic faith. We moved to Edmonton when I was going into junior high, so I kind of got uprooted from what my life was. The next thing you know, I'm just stuck in the house all the time. I don't know any friend, or I don't have any friends right off the bat because I'm kind of the outsider, and all these kids went to school together. They went to elementary together. They played hockey together. One of my first friends in Edmonton, we realized we both liked the same music. And that's when it just went to this next level of like, oh, I want to be a record producer, and my boy Remy is going to be the rapper, and I'm going to make the beats. And like my junior high yearbook saying like multi-platinum record producer was like my statement of like career. And that's when I think things escalated, because I realized to some degree in my crazy mind that this is attainable. Going to school definitely set my parents off, because instead of going to college where they thought I was going to be a lawyer or a doctor, I dropped out after first semester and said I'm going to go to music school because I want to learn how to be an engineer. And still, for some crazy reason, they supported me. I excelled in the music program that I went to in Edmonton. And then I ended up moving to Toronto, did another music program at RAC, and excelled in that. And kind of once I established my network in Toronto, I decided like kind of take my talents to Los Angeles and try to make this happen. And so in September of like 2009, a couple of friends and I got an extended stay in Burbank with whatever money we had, and we said 3 months, we are going to do what we have to do to make it. At that exact same time, my mom became sick, and with stage 4 cancer. So I entered this part of my life that like I had achieved something that I had been dreaming of for such a long time, but then I was also losing one of the most important people in my life. That really took a toll on the whole foundation of my life, because I'm an only child. My dad now lived in the States. My mom was gone, and I was pursuing this dream that I almost had no feeling or emotion for. Sam was in my life as a friend at that time, and she'd ask me questions about God, and I had a very difficult time like processing it. And through that time, oddly enough, Sam and I think became closer, and in a way that I doubted why she would want to be closer to me, because even though she knew what I was going through, I don't think I ever fully verbalized it. So I was like, well, kind of always why? Like, why me type of thing, right? And we just realized that our friendship was more than just friendship, and I kind of got to a point in my life where I realized that I don't want to be where I was at. So I dropped everything, kind of cut ties with everyone, and moved back to Toronto. And Sam and I started to build a life together. Maylee was also born around that time. I remember the first night at the hospital, I held her like a football, literally just like a running back. And I sat in this chair and she was sleeping and I was holding her like this. And I'm just like, all of what my mom, like all this energy and love and compassion for like people in the world, it's like it was all in this one person. So yeah, Ryu was born, and now all of a sudden I'm a father of two trying to figure out life. Even before him being born, the things that we went through, or that I should say Sam went through with that pregnancy, I found myself at times being like, I don't know what I'm doing, but like, God, if we can kind of figure this out, like, throw me an alley-oop. Sam and also her parents, Hugh and Lily, they would always talk about God, and you know, they would always talk about praying for us and this, and I'm just, at that point, you know, always feeling still like an outsider. Coming to realize now that it wasn't like, you know, church or God or Jesus or Christianity or anything like this. It's like, that wasn't making me the outsider. I was making myself the outsider. And that was, I think, really like a point of like the ice was breaking on my side, where I was like, okay, I have walls to kind of take down and do what my parents kind of instilled in me, which is explore the world and find my way. We're taking the kids on Main Street for ice cream and stuff like that, and that's where we found Southside. So we went on our first Sunday, and everybody was welcoming, and you know, I didn't feel alienated, and I was like, oh, okay, I think I finally have torn down these walls that I had built up, and I realized I don't need them anymore. What I've started to learn about Jesus is understanding and knowing the magnitude and of the sacrifice that he made for everybody. I still have this mindset of like, you know, not good enough, or wanting to be to a certain level or to an expectation. And I find, for me, like, just peace in my mind and in my soul is trying to like follow in his footsteps and in his word and in his likeliness. Just brings a lot of peace for me. And I want to continue that, not just for myself, but for all of my family, for Maylee, for Ryu, for Sam, and yeah. Today I'm getting baptized as a public declaration in my choice to follow Jesus and shape my life in his word and his likeliness, for the sacrifices that he made for everyone, and to really better myself for my family and for my loved ones.